So if you're looking for a side hustle that is both flexible and pays decently well, then you probably want to check this one out. You essentially get paid to act like you're apartment hunting. No sales, no cold calls, just simple tasks. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to become a fair housing tester and make anywhere between like $40 and $60 per assignment. So fair housing testers are essentially just individuals who are going to pose as a renter or potentially a buyer to gather information about housing practices. And their goal is to identify discriminatory practices based on protected characteristics. So here's what your role involves. You'll make phone calls or visit properties pretending to be interested in renting or buying. You observe and notate how you were treated during these interactions, and then you'll complete a report just detailing your experience. You're essentially just like mystery shopping for housing, and you're helping organizations assess if these companies are treating applicants fairly. So it's a great way to both earn some money and make a little bit of an impact. Now, here's what I really like about this side hustle. There's flexible scheduling, decent pay, it's very low commitment, no special skills required, and it's a pretty unique experience. So whether you're a student, retiree, or just looking for a way to supplement your income, this is a very flexible and unique way to earn a little bit of extra money. Now, in terms of the requirements, here's what you usually need. You need to be at least 18 years old. You need to pass a background check, have reliable transportation, possess strong observation and writing skills. They usually will have you complete a training that they will provide, and maintain objectivity and confidentiality as you're doing your work. One thing to note is if you currently work in the housing industry, you're usually ineligible to do this type of work. Now, being a fair housing tester is usually a part-time on-call position, and how much you make is going to vary based on location and the organization that you're working with. But here's just some general stats. So in California, testers earn between like $40 to $60 per assignment, but the national average is about $38 per hour according to ZipRecruiter. And some organizations also offer stipends for training and reimbursement for expenses like mileage. Now, because of the on-call nature of it, I wouldn't really consider it something that you can do more full-time, but it's nice to pick up some hours here or there. Now, there's a few different ways that you can go about finding fair housing testing gigs. Now, you can go through a national program like the Equal Rights Center, but honestly, the most productive way to do it is just to Google like fair housing tester opportunities near me. And that's actually because most of these programs are more state or regionally specific, so you can actually get more traction by tapping into local organizations. Now, like I said, you're going to find stuff more locally than you will nationally, but let me just show you an example of what a fair housing tester opportunity looks like. So here's a quick example. Let's take a look at CSA San Diego County. So they have an opportunity to become a fair housing tester. I'll talk through the role of why fair housing testing is important and the impact that you can make, and just some basic qualifications. So 18 or older, pass a criminal background check, strong writing skills, complete a testing program, which you'll pretty much need to do for all of these opportunities. And here's just how much they pay. So again, this is an on-call and part-time position with flexible schedule, and you are a 1099 contractor. So it's not like, you're a W-2 employee or like officially working for anybody. And you get paid anywhere between $40 to $60 per test. Now, from what I've read, some tests can take less than 30 minutes and some can take a couple hours. So just something to keep in mind when it comes to how much you can actually earn. Now, here's another example, and this is Legal Aid of North Carolina. So they go through and talk about their fair housing testing program, and then kind of breaks down what exactly goes into it, what happens after you apply. In this case, you will get a stipend of $55 for an in-person site visit and a reimbursed for mileage, which is nice in case you need to drive far. And if you're doing something on the phone, you are paid $35 per phone test with no mileage reimbursement, of course, because you're not going anywhere. Then it'll talk about the fact that you need to send in your application and resume. They'll review it and set up a quick just 10 to 15-minute phone interview to discuss your interests, make sure you're a good fit. And they do have you do a 3-hour virtual training, but you are paid $60 for the training once the practice test is completed. So very easy one to sign up for. Now, if you like the concept of posing as a renter, but you want it to be more like traditional mystery shopping, so less compliance and legally focused and more just service oriented, then you should check out EPMS. So Ellis Partners in Management Solutions is one of the best known companies for apartment mystery shopping. You essentially act as a renter, call or visit apartment communities, and give feedback on leasing agents' sales skills. So it's not about legal compliance, it's more about helping property managers improve. And if this is a route that you do prefer, I linked a number of companies that are just like that in my blog. So becoming a fair housing tester is a unique side hustle that offers flexibility, decent pay, and the opportunity to do something different and impactful. And it's an excellent option for those looking to earn extra income without any sort of long term commitment. So if you're interested in checking out this opportunity, go ahead and check the links below in both the description and the comment section. I'm actually very curious what you think about this particular side hustle. Is this something that you've done? Is this something that you would look forward to doing? Anyways, thank you as always for watching my video. I'll catch you in the next one.